I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investmentpitch Media and FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have William Kehl, the president of Coinigy. William, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I'm really excited to dive deep into Coinigy because it is such a great platform inside of the cryptocurrency industry. So if you could start by giving an overview of the problems that are faced by traders and investors throughout the cryptocurrency industry, and what are the solutions that Coinigy is providing to provide benefit throughout these guys.
Sure. Yeah, sure. So really the main issue that new traders come to us are facing is, they have cryptocurrency on different exchanges all over the place. And, when you're using just one exchange, it's fine and dandy. Everything's in a single account. It's easy to manage. You can log into that single exchange and kind of place trades and do whatever it is you need to do. The minute you open a second exchange account because you want to invest in a different currency that wasn't available on the first exchange, you now have multiple, logins, multiple two-factor authentication to get through. It just gets exponentially harder to manage everything the more exchanges you connect, basically. So Coinigy exists basically as a way to streamline your access to your own funds. So you're able to connect, various exchange accounts to your Coinigy account directly, and essentially use Coinigy kind of as a remote control to place trades, check your balances throughout the day. We offer some advanced orders that the exchanges don't provide directly. And we also have, a lot of cool bells and whistles that you don't necessarily get on the exchange: 70 technical analysis indicators, price alerts, volume alerts, and just a slew of other features that you can't necessarily get access to on a single exchange versus coming to an aggregator like us.
Well, that's really interesting that I can imagine there are some coins that are only available on certain exchanges. And once you have a few exchanges open, it can be quite a hassle to manage. So with Coinigy, how many different exchanges can you integrate in at once, or how many exchanges are you partnered with?
Sure. So we have, over our history, just to give you a little backstory, we've been around in this space since 2014. And the last time I checked our database, we were over 75 exchanges integrated with. Now that's over time. So we've seen exchanges come and go. Obviously, you've seen that yourself being in this industry. So it's nice to be able to basically connect everything to Coinigy. Right now, we're at, I believe, around 40 exchanges are live on the platform. Now, you can't necessarily trade through all of them, but we do have portfolio monitoring for the vast majority of them. So that's going to be growing. It's also worth mentioning, too, that you can connect, I believe, around 120 different cryptocurrency wallets to Coinigy. So, if you have, let's say, Zcash. Actually, Zcash is the one example we can't track necessarily. But let's say you have something other than Zcash that you want to track. You can plug in your XPub or your public key into Coinigy and keep track of that through a single app, and you don't have to keep logging in, or we don't have access to your funds. So that's kind of a security feature as well.
That's really interesting. And with the APIs, there are different levels of APIs. I believe some of them you can just view the balances, and some of them you can trade. So what you're saying is you're able to trade with up to 40. Usually you'll have a handful maybe of exchanges on one interface through Coinigy. Is that right?
Yeah, basically, it kind of depends how prominent the exchange is. Generally speaking, we'll add the exchange first, just for charting reasons. So that's why we have some of these lesser known exchanges that you can't find on TradingView, like Trade Ogre, for example. And that's kind of why we usually have been kind of leading the industry as far as adding new unknown exchanges. We're big altcoin miners ourselves, and have been for years, and altcoin traders. So, we understand that while an exchange might not be popular today, it might pick up steam in the next 6 months. So we'll usually add an exchange for charting, and kind of tap into their API at that point and add balance monitoring. And then if there's community interest, we'll add trading Down the line, there's obviously a lot more involved when you're building the trading integration in for a new exchange. But we kind of just play it by ear. We listen to what our users have to say, and that's been working out pretty well for us.
Great. And how easy is it? Because when you're trading with Bitcoin to other smaller coins, it's hard to sort of keep track of your fiat balances and for tax purposes as well. So I'm curious, how advanced is the recording of the trading history and for tax purposes to be able to figure out what you went in with and what you came out with?
Sure, that's a great question. So with our platform, the way it is right now, we're still kind of on our version 1 of our back end reporting system. And we have version 2 now in staging, and it's been in testing now for about a month. So we're hopefully going to be opening that up within the next 2 months or so. And that is going to give us access to a way wider array of granular trade data that you can then export to your favorite crypto accounting program, like CryptoTrader.tax, for example, is one. We've partnered with them. And we're going to make it extremely easy for you to monitor your balances with cost basis accounting and things like that. So, right now, we kind of just provide you the data as far as what trades were made, not too much as far as profit and loss, but we're making serious upgrades in the near future for that.
That's really good to know. And one other thing about trading cryptocurrency is the markets are moving 24/7. And I see that Coinigy now has mobile applications for Android and iPhone for accessing Coinigy as well. Can you talk about what was was it a community-based movement behind that? And are you seeing a lot of traction with the mobile applications?
Yeah, so the impetus for the mobile apps was really users were sick of having to go to the web and log in to Coinigy through the web application and things. Our version 1 of our platform wasn't formatted the best for mobile. So now we've gone ahead. We've basically redesigned the entire interface in what we call Coinigy V2, which is a lot more mobile friendly. But we've also now launched iOS and Android apps that tap into the same API and let you place trades on the go, and it's just a lot more convenient to have that as a native app on your phone in your palm, as opposed to having to go to a website, which can sometimes be fickle, as we all know, trying to get onto websites on our mobile phone. So there's been a great response. It definitely was community driven. Our users had been asking for it, and that's really how we let our users lead the way, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's great. And how has the platform been finding new users? What is the marketing strategy? And have you been partnering with exchanges and places where traders are inhabiting to get them to come onto Coinigy? Yeah,
we've done a lot of community outreach really in the last year or so. Prior to that, our main user acquisition channel is still just word of mouth, and users that swear by it, they'll tell their friends, and eventually, hopefully, we get a sign up out of that. But we have kind of been working more on tightly integrated partnerships with exchanges. We've now got, I think, data agreements for every single exchange, save for a few, save for maybe 1 or 2 with the exchanges, which is, as this space matures, that's a lot more important. Going forward, just kind of having these tighter relationships with them, especially from the security standpoint and operational standpoint. So yeah, it kind of has been evolving for us. We've delved into online advertising quite a bit. Generally speaking, crypto traders are a lot savvier than your typical, online banner clicker. So, they like to see the proof is in the pudding. They'll do a lot of research before they sign up for a platform. And I think, our track record, being around so long and having a good history and kind of a good vibe among traders has gone a long way.
Definitely. And when a product is good and you have that word of mouth, that's a great way to have organic growth. So it's good to hear that. And I'm guessing as well that because you have a great library of APIs and developer tools, that's probably helping with the growth. What can potential partners use the API tools for, and is that helping with the growth?
Yeah, so if we're talking about the Coinigy API, it's really great. You can connect your software application You can build it in any language and basically plug in Coinigy's API keys, your Coinigy API keys, and plan your own trading strategies. You can backtest through the API. You can do a lot of cool stuff. We have quite a few users that are consuming our API. And we definitely have quite a few applications out there that are using our API that you might not necessarily know about, that we're kind of powering on the back end and have been for years, which is really cool. It puts a little bit more weight on our shoulders, but we appreciate that. We're always up for the challenge.
Definitely, and that is a great feature. And you have a lot of great features already, but I'm guessing there's more in the roadmap and more features to come. Do you have a sneak peek of what is in the development timeline for the Coinigy users for the rest of this year and beyond?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing, hands down, is like I mentioned it before, our version 2 trading integration. We've kind of, over the last several years, rebuilt the entire back end of our platform. So wherever there was a flaw in version 1, we've now mitigated that in version 2. And that includes all of our exchange connectors, as well as our wallet connectors. And that's going to make a major difference, kind of for the user experience, going from version 1 to version 2 for folks. The other really important big thing that we've been working on is futures integration. So you're going to see Binance Futures on the platform very shortly. We've got a lot of kind of clever tools up our sleeve that we don't think a lot of futures traders have really utilized out there yet. So we're building in new dials and things on the system that you can use while trading futures. In addition to that, we're working with some of our partners, such as IntoTheBlock, to provide a lot more granular, kind of interesting insights that aren't just technical indicators, but they really delve deep into the blockchain side of things and provide bearish and bullish signals that users can kind of view on the fly. But we're working a little bit more closely with them. We just added CoinMarketCal events to the site under the Insights tab on version 2. So that's really cool. You can see, keep up to date on any of the events for any of the 3,000 plus cryptocurrencies that we list on the site. And we've got a lot coming in the way now that we have volume alerts. We have that back-end system built, so we're able to put a little bit more steam behind a Coinigy market scanner type application. So that's going to be big for us. We're really working towards launching version 2. That's very nearly feature complete with version 1. So that's kind of what we've been grinding on, and definitely in a couple months we'll have a little bit more to share in the way of that.
Awesome, William. That's great. IntoTheBlock is a great insight platform for on-chain and off-chain, CoinMarketCal and Binance Futures. I'm looking forward to all of that myself. If the viewers are looking to learn more information, follow along with the updates, or just get on Coinigy right now, what's the best way for them to learn more?
Yeah, the easiest way, just hop on over to Coinigy.com, create a free trial account. You get 30 days to test out and evaluate the platform. We don't require a credit card. We don't require really any personal information. You can just go ahead and sign up and test it out. And if you like it, it's basically around $20 a month if you pay month to month. You can keep up to date with news from Coinigy at insights.coinigy.com. We post our entire development log there, as well as our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Coinigy. Twitter at Coinigy, we're there. And yeah, feel free to send us a message, and we definitely would like to hear from you, and we're excited for the future.
Great, William. Well, I'll leave those links in the description box below for the viewers. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak about Coinigy. All the best moving forward with version 2 in the platform, and let's follow up in the near future.
Right on. Thanks so much, Ashton. Appreciate it.